Welcome to the Modern Manifestation Podcast. I'm your host, Bree Brown, a business mindset coach, entrepreneur, and a top competitor in a male-dominated industry. I'm a native Texan, the youngest of all brothers, and a lettuce-hating, wine-loving, curses-like-a-sailor recovering perfectionist. I've spent over a decade building my commission-based career, and my life's purpose is helping other women achieve the same multi-six-figure success I achieved before I was 25. I have a passion for helping women with mindset, money, and manifestation skills to help every young woman realize her full potential. If you're looking for vulnerable conversations, professional development, inspiration, or even a kick in the ass to get you motivated, you have come to the right place. Thanks for checking out the Modern Manifestation Podcast. Now let's jump right in to today's topic. Hello, all my beautiful friends. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I wanted to take a moment before diving into today's podcast episode to just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This podcast has grown so much quicker than I ever thought that it would, and I am just blown away with the amount of support and the amount of listeners that we have. So for those of you that have been tuning in consistently, I can't thank you enough. You guys are my MVPs. You bring me so much motivation and inspiration, and I just love sharing these messages with you, and I hope that they're making an impact on your lives. So again, huge thank you. I love every single one of you. And with that, let's jump into today's topic. Today, we are talking about jealousy and how it can be an intuitive indicator on your manifestation path. And when I say jealousy, by the way, I am not talking about this in a romantic sense, because I do not allow that bullshit in my romantic relationships. Jealousy and romantic relationships do not mix well. I am talking about jealousy that you experience as a result of someone else's success or achievements. You might feel this when a friend gets a new car, maybe they get engaged, they get a promotion, maybe they start a really successful business that's taking off, or any other number of things that could make you pause and notice jealousy. According to psychologists, jealousy results from a feeling of inadequacy and insecurity. But I have also found through my work that it is a sign of missed opportunity and capability as well. And for that reason, and I'm sure most people probably wouldn't agree with me when I say this, but I consider jealousy to be such a beautiful sign when you're beginning your manifestation journey. And I bet you've probably never heard of jealousy as a good thing before, but here's why I think it can be such a positive indicator. The beautiful thing about your experiencing jealousy means that you know you are capable of doing something, even if your ego tries to talk you out of it. The insecurity you're feeling is more often than not because you know that you are meant for something more. And you see someone else going after it and achieving it, what you know deep down you are totally capable of, and that it is something that you want. And so it is a sign that your life is meant for something more. It is a step toward clarity. Also, the fact that you're seeing the success in others, especially in the ways that you may want to have it, whether it's engagement, promotion, crowdsource funding, getting into a school that you wanted, that means that this success is already in your energetic field. You're already experiencing it by proxy. Unfortunately, the universe works at its own pace and sometimes in micro steps. But we're not always patient enough to wait it out until we can achieve the same level of success for ourselves. And when this happens, we might get discouraged by our jealousy and decide that that's no longer something we want. Even if that's not really true, it just protects your ego when you make that decision. So you might stop going after something, or you might change your mind and go in a different direction right before you're about to achieve that very thing for yourself. We look at other people and the success that they're having, get discouraged by our own lack of, And then we give up before the universe even has an opportunity to give us the same amount of success. But again, you can use this jealousy as a sign that the universe is already giving you clues. It's already giving you micro steps to get you where you need to be via the other people around you in their success. That your own achievement is already within your energetic field. You could literally touch it by touching the person that already has that success. You are already corresponding with and collaborating with people in your life that have the success that you desire. And you're so close to it because you are getting into alignment with that success. And therefore, those people that have it. You're all operating in the same universal network. You just have to trust that yours is coming. You might not be 100% in alignment with the success you want just yet. Maybe you're on the path, but you still have a few things you need to do, a few lessons you need to learn. So the universe shows you the opportunity through others to keep you motivated. We just don't always see it that way. So you need to give the universe time for it to deliver this to you also. Use someone else's success as a sign that you are on the right path. Have you ever noticed that as soon as there is a new record set, whether it's running or weightlifting or number of points scored or whatever, anytime a new record is set, the old record that was in place beforehand then becomes like the new standard for success for professionals in that particular field. I'm pretty sure there's a running record where it might be the mile, I think, where the new record is like a whole minute faster than what it was for decades. And now all those runners are consistently meeting this new record within like 30 seconds or so. And humans are funny because sometimes we just have to see someone else achieve a certain level of something before we believe it is possible. So once that new record is set, almost immediately other people will start breaking the old record consistently as if it weren't ever a milestone to achieve. So if they just believed in themselves before someone else broke that initial record, they could have been the ones to have shattered the old record years prior. But we are creatures of habit, and most of us have to see what is possible before we can reach for it ourselves. Once people see that something is possible, it makes that success more tangible, and it makes it more likely for them to pursue that as an opportunity for themselves as well. So look at your jealousy as an opportunity to see in someone else what it is that you desire and want. Instead of looking at someone else's success as a strike against your own, look at it as the universe's way of showing you what's possible and what you can be in alignment for as well. Look at it as a sneak peek towards what is coming for you. And I'm not talking about envy, by the way. I want to call attention to the fact that jealousy and envy are very energetically different. Envy is the negative sign that you are still living with a scarcity mindset. Envy is the telltale sign that you still believe that success is a limited resource, and only so many people can be successful. You feel that someone else's success or material gain, promotion, engagement, or whatever, for whatever reason, robs you of your own. This is scarcity. This is not living in abundance. And this is not what I'm talking about when I talk about jealousy being a good sign. This is the mindset of there's not enough to go around. I lack and therefore I will never have. If she has it, I can't. Unfortunately, society has allowed us to believe this narrative for a long time. The patriarchy introduced the concept of the glass ceiling to keep us thinking that there's only room for a few at the top for women. And this is why there are so many women, especially of the older generations, who struggle to be inclusive and supportive of younger women. Because they still have this old, antiquated mindset that there's only a limited number of spots for people that look like me at the top. That is scarcity mindset. That is envy. That will not get us collectively to the place that we need to be badass powerhouse women that are running the fucking world. So, in all seriousness, there is no such thing as not enough success. Just like there is no such thing as running out of love or happiness or joy either. The universe doesn't work that way. The universe is an abundant resource. As many people that want to be successful can be successful. The only reason we aren't there collectively is because not enough people have embarked on the mindset work and on the energy work to get there. And there's this whole other existential theory that we could go into that I'm not going to go off on the tangent with now. But just know that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done before everyone is united on this path. And by the way, there are people that have achieved success without working on their mindset or their manifestation. But for most of us, we need to do the work. And I think we're in a new age where so many people are waking up to the concept of manifestation and abundance. And that's why we're starting to see so much more success. That is why more women are starting to step into entrepreneurism, into politics as CEOs, or some other career and experience success. We believed enough in ourselves to push forward women's suffrage movement in the US and towards a path of equal pay and opportunity. And we've not only seen this in the United States, but we're also starting to see this all over the world. And I truly think it's a result of people owning their worth and realizing that they can manifest the lives for themselves that they want, and that there are no rules, there are no limitations on their success, and scarcity is a lie. So if there is a part of you that still believes that success is a limited resource, this is your wake-up call to do the work and to assess why you're still living with that scarcity mindset. Your success is not limited to what is left in the pot, because there is no success pot. Success is a flowing river. You can have success, and so can everyone else around you. So, it is okay to be jealous. I think this is a good sign that you intuitively know that you want more and that you can do more. Use this to propel you to get clear on what kind of success you want. Maybe you see that your friend has a successful business and you get jealous. Maybe not because you want a business, but maybe you want to achieve your own equivalent, which could be a promotion or an engagement or a new car or whatever that same equivalent level of achievement is for you. And I'll never forget when I was working through what I wanted in life. This was a few years ago, and really what I felt called to do. And around that same time, I found out that my neighbor was a wildly successful yogi. And I'm talking like international influencer level. And for whatever reason, when I found out, I remember having a moment of extreme jealousy. But I couldn't pinpoint why. She's the nicest person ever and a really great neighbor. And I was extremely happy for her success, of course. But there was this burning jealousy that simmered beneath that excitement. So puzzled by my jealousy, I ended up sitting down and journaling about it. And I think I literally had a moment where I was like, well, I can just learn yoga and then also become a successful entrepreneur by doing yoga and becoming an influencer. And thankfully, by about, 10 minutes of journaling, I discovered that I 1000% did not want to be a yogi. In fact, that would be quite absurd considering I struggle to enjoy my practice, or I struggled, rather, to enjoy my practice for so long. But what this journaling did tell me was that I was jealous because I knew with all my being that I was meant to be an entrepreneur also, and that I was meant to help women. And seeing her success as an entrepreneur made me have to look in the mirror, and it made my quote-unquote to become an entrepreneur checklist that sat collecting dust for months look like a failure. But it wasn't a failure. This was my opportunity. This was my opportunity to look at myself and say, you're jealous over her success because she's done the very thing that you're wanting to accomplish. So what do we need to do to make that happen for ourselves? And since then, anytime jealousy has come up, I've used it as a learning opportunity. What is this scenario trying to teach me? And to be very honest with y'all, I decided to do this podcast actually after a jealousy exercise. I was listening to another great show and I couldn't help but feel jealous. I was like, this is such a positive, energetic show. Why the hell am I feeling jealous? Like, I've actually felt like ashamed about it. And after reflecting, It was because I realized that she was doing the thing that I wanted to do. She was helping women. She was talking about manifestation. And I knew that this was something I would really enjoy doing and something that felt like a purpose of mine. So then I had to ask myself, well, if I really feel that way, so much so that I'm getting jealous over her success with it, then why am I not doing it? And here we are. Whatever your success or achievement is defined by, make sure that if you're experiencing it, you use your jealousy to get clear about what you want. Then you need to come to a place where you're not allowing this jealousy to control the narrative and your manifestation abilities. It's a great place for you to be able to realize clarity and to know that you're working on the right path. But there does come a time and a place where you need to let that go and transform it. Do not create more things for you to be jealous over, and work to heal the existing feelings behind that jealousy that you're experiencing. Figure out what is a common thread between all the scenarios that I'm getting jealous over, and what do I need to work on? What is that telling me? Again, it's never because we don't wish the other person well. I mean, sometimes that can be the case if it's like a really toxic relationship to begin with. But majority of the time, jealousy happens as a reflection of what we desire for ourselves, but do not yet have. So channel this feeling of jealousy and positively reframe it so we can use it to motivate you to take that next step, and actively work to replace jealousy with love and excitement for someone else. Feel their success as your own. And eventually, once you start making the steps in the right direction for yourself, you'll realize that you no longer feel that jealousy. Because as soon as you start becoming really happy and content with where you are in life, you'll be shocked at how little you actually experience jealousy anymore. So actively work to replace that jealousy with love and excitement for someone else instead. Because here's the thing, when you celebrate the success of others, the universe interprets this energy that you're exuding as your own success. It's not distinguishing whether or not it's actually your success or someone else's success. It's only reading that you're on the energetic frequency of excitement and success. Again, it can't tell if it's yours or someone else's. The universe feels you getting into alignment with joy, achievement, success, pride. And what do we know about manifestation and energy work? What you become, you receive. So when you become that happiness and excitement for someone else and their success and achievements that they're proud of, you will receive the same for you because you are getting on that same energetic level. Use jealousy as a sign that you're on the right path. Allow it to give you the clarity you need. And let it be a sign that that same success or achievement is also on its way to you in time. But make sure you let it go so that you can continue to move forward and get on the positive energetic level that you want to live in. And with that, that is all I have for you guys this week. Have a fantastic week. As always, I would really, really appreciate it if you would share this episode with those that you think could benefit from the message. And if you liked this topic, please send me a message on either Instagram or via email and let me know if you want to hear more about this jealousy topic or if there are any others that you're interested in learning more about. I will catch y'all next Monday, and until then, go out there and manifest some miracles. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this podcast, hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with new episodes. As always, we would love it if you would share this episode with friends and family who could use the inspiration. As a new podcast show, we would really appreciate your honest feedback so I know what you like and what you could use more of. As a thank you for leaving us a rating, we will send you our 7 weekly tips to create space for abundance. Make sure you screenshot your review and email it to us at hello@themodernmanifestation.com so we can send them straight to your inbox. If you'd like to stay connected, you can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Modern Manifestation, or you can head to our website at themodernmanifestation.com. Thanks again for joining me, and I will catch y'all in the next episode.